Okay, so this movie's going to be kind of be in reverse. I have a KitchenAid fridge that quit defrosting, and the freezer box would completely ice up, and then nothing. The fridge would start to defrost. So this piece here quit defrosting, and this is the heater element right down here, and it's connected to this orange wire, which I took it off to ohm it out. It's 27 ohms, this heater element. So the heater element is good. It's just not being activated. And it unplugged here also. It unplugged here and here, which I'll plug in. So I gotta plug these guys. So it's gonna be in reverse. So I'm gonna just put this back together. They're kind of hard to get apart. If you're not careful, you'll crack or break something. So I'll show you how all the parts and pieces clip together. It's kind of awkward also. Okay, so I got those two clipped in. It's not much of a connection really. Okay, so the heater element's back in the circuit. The rest was just done. I just used that to measure with my ohm meter, and I measured across that orange wire and that white wire, and I got 27 ohms for the heater element, so it seems to be good. So it's the control circuitry that's not allowing it to become energized. And you can see the heater element runs down through here, underneath here, all the way and back up to here. So it heats up this whole coil and defrosts it. I don't know how often. I don't know, once a month, maybe once a week. I don't have any idea. Mine wasn't working at all. This was one solid big chunk of ice, the whole thing, completely fried. And this fridge is only 5 years old, so that's really disappointing on KitchenAid's part. Okay, so we're working backwards. Here's the control board I took out. Maybe it wasn't working. I'm not sure what wasn't working, but I'm going to put it all back together. So, to do that, I'll set the camera here. I'll show you how it went. Okay, you'll see how it goes. Don't sweat it. This is the temperature control unit. So the control board goes in here. And what happened on, it looks like what might have happened on mine is all these solder points here. When I picked it up, it fell apart. This board fell away from this board, and all these connections I had to redo right in here. I had to resolder all those. So I don't know if that was a manufacturer's thing, or maybe just from me fooling around with it. I don't know what caused it, but anyhow, that seemed to be part of the problem. So I'm going to try to put it back together now. So this board will just clip in here. Everything clips together on this thing. Famous last words, right? Or should I say everything should just clip together? There. So the bottom board clips in. Is that too bright? Let me turn that light down. Whoops. It's got a clip here. Just fits in there. Then the top board will just clip in there. And I just realized I may have put it on backwards. Let's hope it goes. Please tell me it's going to work. Okay. They don't leave you a lot to spare here. This cable's pretty tight, so I'm thinking that's probably what part of the problem was. So everything's good here now. This just clipped into its spot. That should go click. Yep. Click, click. Okay, so that's those two just clip in there. This piece clips to this piece now. Like I said, it's all just clipped together. Pretty much a piece of junk. Basically made in China crap like everything else these days, but what can you do? Okay, now these two pieces, these two connectors clip back on there and on there. Okay, those are clipped on. Now this piece will clip in here. These two tabs go into there and there. And that folds into there. Make sure nothing's going to be binding. Oh, this piece is going to clip into here. That's a temperature sensor. Clips right in there. Okay, everything else looks like it's ready. This should clip down. Snap, snap, just like that. Then you're left with this stuff and this stuff. Okay, and that goes in the main fridge compartment here. I have it unplugged. Okay, and that's going to end up like that. So these two tabs here and here clip in first. Do up this connection. Okay, that's clipped in. Those two tabs, whoops, now put the two tabs in. And now these pieces here, they all just snap in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going to snap, 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 snap. Just like that. And I got, oh, I melted it or something. Anyways, be careful when you're repairing it not to muck it up like I did, but I can wipe that off. Okay, so that's all connected back together. Then I took the light piece off, which is this piece, just to make it easier. It also just snaps back on like the rest of it. So you go. Oh shoot. Okay, good. There's a green wire here. Green wire there. It's got to clip onto this little frame piece here. So the green wire goes on here. As a ground. The two white wires go on the outsides of these two light sockets. There's a second socket. It also just pops out. It's got a collapsible thing on it. It was hard to get out though. You don't need to take it out. If you do take it out, it just snaps back in. Red. The two reds go on the inside. The whites go on the outside. Then this piece snaps in also. Sorry, this end's got to go in. This end goes in first. It clips in here. Clips in here first. So clip it, then take this end, lift it up, snap it in. Yeah, easier said than done. There's a tab here. You gotta click into place. Oh yeah. Oh jeez. What you can do is take this off. Oh my god. What a piece, honest to God. that so hard. And it kind of refuses to go in its slot. Oh, come on. Just a second. Okay, there was no reason I had to take this out, so I would recommend not taking it out if I was you. It's a real pain to get back in. The whole thing comes apart without it having to come out, so don't take it out. Do yourself a favor. Okay, it's clipped in properly. Just leave it in. Do yourself a favor, don't take it out. At this point, I'm going to plug the fridge in, just make sure my control LEDs work. Yeah, I'm showing nothing here. Okay, everything seems to be working again. However, I'm not going to turn it on yet. Next thing to do, so that puts this piece back together here. And that's where the relay is that controls the heater. So if I find out that it wasn't the broken ribbon cable and I have to replace the relay on the board, then what I will do is just order the new board probably. I could replace the relay on the board. I might try that also if it's cheaper, just for an extra project. I could have showed you which relay that was and I didn't do that. Anyhow, so that's that portion up there. And to get the fridge back together, there's a few tricks. If you don't know, you'll be beating your head against the wall, so I'll show you what they are. So we're going to put this fridge piece back together. Okay, and it is a, what size is that? It is a 1/4 inch drive. I have tape on it, I can't read it. Yeah, 1/4 inch drive. I'm sure there's a metric equivalent to that. Quarter of 25 millimeters, so whatever that is. Anyhow, this piece goes on first. Make sure that you feed this temperature probe here. Temperature sensor has to feed through. And this piece here, which is for the ice maker, it has to feed through. So I'm going to put the four nuts and bolts, 4 screws right there. I'm going to feed this through the top here. Well, first I'm going to feed this through here. Try to. It does go through. Okay, then I'm going to put this through here. Good, and just push that into place. Like so. Open another beer because it's about a 4 beer job. At least a 4 beer job. Okay, when you put these screws in, be careful they don't strip because they're just in real cheap, flimsy aluminum. So just basically snug them up. This one goes up here. This one goes down here. Push everything in, make sure it's nice and correctly seated. One of the stripped ones. Okay, and this one goes in place over top. Make sure you push this into place first. Pardon me, this clips in, this piece goes behind first, like so, and then that goes on there through this hole on top. It's kind of awkward. That's an understatement. Nice to have a magnetic nut driver. Okay, everything's in place. This piece here, feed the temperature sensor through the part, clip it into here. These ends go in first, the other one just snaps into place. That's already done. This one goes in, there's a tab here and a tab here. So when you take it out, you have to take a screwdriver. I gotta find my screwdriver. My screwdriver, here it is. You have to take a screwdriver. You can see a picture of a screwdriver here, pointing into here. And a picture of a screwdriver pointing, I thought it was this, it's not, it's pointing into here. So it's this, it's nothing to do with this. I don't even know what this is for, why that's there, I have no idea. It's going to here. And then you have to just pry those tabs, that tab over and that tab over from inside, and this will come off. It's got a catch here also, catch on this part. I guess you could possibly, no you can't pry in there. So when it goes together you clip, clip, clip. That's all good. Now the side rails can go back on. Teeth down. These have to come off because they interfere at the back here. You can see in the back here, they won't let you take this plate off. Let me take these off. All three screws are the same. So it doesn't matter which one goes where. Don't over tighten any of these. They're all just super cheap plasticky stuff. Snug. 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 Once they're all snug, go back and give them just a little tiny bit more. Okay, next side rail. Same thing. This goes right there. All three screws are the same again. Snug. 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 Okay, that's that for those ones. Now you got the other two rails. When these guys go in, there's a clip on the end here. It has to go in here first, like this, and then slide in. Don't put this screw in yet. Same with this one. Slide in. When it comes out, you gotta mess with it a bit, turn it sideways and take it out. Oh, there's a long tab here that goes in there. So in, over, when it goes in, the tab locks in. So when you take it out, you got to kind of lift up on this first, release the tab, and then out and out. That's important. Okay, and there's two screws that go in here and here. Don't put them in yet. I'm going to back up the camera. Now the drawers go in. Okay, I'll just show you here. Okay, so the big drawer goes in line it up on both sides, just push. And then when you open it up, it's locked in. To unlock it and get it back out, let me find my screwdriver again. To get this drawer out, push this tab right here. Push. Same on this side. Push. Make sure it stays pushed. Now you see the drawer can come out. And when you put the drawer in, it just goes in. So that was a bit of a hurdle trying to figure that out. It took me about an hour to figure that out. The other drawer's got a trick to it also. I'll show you that right now. So that's the bottom drawer. Now the food basket goes in, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, and I have a problem that I'm crooked here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's all correct. Somehow this drawer goes in here. And apparently not like, oh, there it goes. There it goes. Just takes a bit of finagling. Okay, the drawer is in. Now the top drawer piece. Goes in. I'll show you quickly. Set it in place. Okay, so I don't know if you can see very well here. There's grease on that. See how this can still go up? You have to lift it up and go over top of this piece on both sides. So I'll put the camera down. Whoops. Try this again. Okay. That side's in. That side's in. Okay, so you get them in. Camera out. Run it to the back, all the way in. Now push these down to their spots. Make sure they're down. Put the screws in. Now to get it, just to get it out, let me show you how this works, because it's tricky. So there's a screw here, which by the way is on an angle. I'll just show you. So it's pretty tricky. They've done it like this. If you don't know it's on an angle, it's hard to get out. When this screw goes in, it's actually on about that much of an angle right there. It doesn't go in straight. So like, don't try to do it like this. Do it like this. That's how they put them in. So that's the correct threading right there, believe it or not. So you take these two screws out. Once they're out on both sides, let me put this back how it was. You can see, you could just watch here. Clip down, you see these two tabs here and here. See on this side, the two tabs are up. So to get it out, the right spot here, yeah. So to get it out, you have to take your screwdriver again. Grab on the back of this rail here. Push this tab. Pull this up at the same time. Push this tab, then push this tab, and it pops up. Now that releases the teeth in here off the gear. And with those screws out, you can lift up on this. You can see that. You can lift up on this now and release this bottom thing and pull it right out. When you put it back together, push that down. Push this one down, Now it's in its correct position. Slide it all the way in, put those 2 screws in, one in each side like I talked about. I'll do that right now quickly. On the correct angle. Okay, that one's in. And I'm not sure where to put the other one. Right there. Okay, and now this one goes in. Okay, and tight. That racks in. That racks in. That's it. The fridge is back together. I'm going to turn it on right now. And it should spring to life. Now, we'll see if the defroster works after all this. And that's how she goes together. Everything's clipped. Just for your side note, if this piece has to come off, it's also clips. Don't fight with it. I'll show you. If you look here, right there, see there's a clip here and a clip here. That little door opens up. Now it can blow cold air from the freezer up to this portion. If you don't push on those 2 clips and try to just pull this off, you'll never get it off. You'll break it. Okay, so I'll make another video when I get my new board, if I need a new board, and if I don't need a new board, oh, it just turned on. There's the motor, compressor just come on. And we'll see if it works now. Hopefully it'll work. Now that's it, over and out, and this is a Frigidaire model number whatever that says, KBRS22KWMS5. Can you read that? There, that might be better like that. That's what it is. KitchenAid. It was quite an expensive fridge, not even 5 years old, and it's got me nothing but problems. Let's just hope this works. Okay, over and out. Another job well done. Only took 4 beers. Okay, I don't know if I mentioned or not how to get this top control panel piece off. There's a slot, not the light slot. Okay, first of all, let's start with the beginning here. First of all, to get the light piece, this piece off, it just slides backwards. I don't know if you can see that. So just slide it backwards, get it off. Then take a screwdriver, you go in here, and you pry which way? Oh, sort of like that. You go on this side, pry the same way. This comes off. Oh, does it? Oh, shit. Pretty sure it comes off. No, that was wrong. My bad. That doesn't come off first. The front comes off first. That goes in first. So it goes in like that. Then the rest pops into place. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 over here. These come out last. Or you probably break something. Luckily I didn't break anything. So pry this. So pry it out on the front. Pry out on the front here. Then the 2 sides. And then the back comes out last. Did you see that?